Should you keep or sell the house during divorce? One of the first questions I hear during a divorce is this: do I keep the house or do I sell it? And I get it. This isn't just a financial decision. It's emotional, it's familiar, it's tied to stability, kids, memories, and sometimes fear of what comes next. But here's the truth most people don't hear early enough. Keeping the house isn't always the safest option, and selling isn't always a loss. So today I want to walk you through some of the key questions you need to make before making this decision. Not emotionally, but strategically. I worked with many clients who were convinced that keeping the house was the right move. It made sense at the time. The kids were in school, the mortgage felt manageable, change felt like too much. Fast forward a year or two, deferred maintenance piled up, rising costs, one income instead of two. Suddenly, the house that once felt like security started to feel like a weight. And this isn't about regret, it's about clarity. The real question isn't, can I keep the house? The real question is, should I? And to answer that, you need to look at the decision from a few angles that most people skip. Question one, can you truly afford the house long term? So not just the mortgage, everything else. Property taxes, insurance, maintenance, repairs that always show up at the worst time. And here's the part that people underestimate. Homes do not get cheaper to own over time. If your income changes, if interest rates adjust, or if something major breaks, does the house still work for you? Or does it start working against you? Question two, what happens to the equity? Equity is often one of the largest assets in a divorce. If you keep the house, how is the other party being bought out? Cash, offset with retirement funds, a future payout? And just as important, are you locking yourself into one asset or creating flexibility? Equity can be leverage or it can be a trap. Question three, how does this impact the divorce process itself? Now, this is a big one. The house can either simplify a divorce or prolong it. Disagreements over value, timing, repairs, who pays for what? I've seen situations where selling the home reduced conflict dramatically, and others where keeping it created years of financial tension. So the goal here is resolution, not just ownership. Question four, is the house supporting your next chapter? Now this question really matters. Does this home fit the life that you're stepping into? Or is it supporting the life you left behind? Sometimes selling isn't about loss, it's about reset. A clean slate, a simpler payment, a fresh sense of control. So here's what I want you to remember. Keeping the house is not automatically the right answer. Selling the house is not automatically the wrong one. The right decision is one that supports your financial stability, your emotional well-being, and your long-term freedom. And that decision should be made with information, not pressure, not fear, and not guilt. If you're navigating a divorce and feeling stuck on this decision, you don't have to figure out alone. I help clients evaluate both paths clearly. What keeping the home really looks like, what selling could create for you. No pressure, just clarity. You can call or text me at 562-316-2915 or email at melinda@theelmerteam.com. Sometimes the smartest move isn't holding on. It's choosing what actually moves you forward. Please feel free to forward and share this with your friends and like and subscribe below.